Lovell. And the first ball, not the way Steve would like it. It went to the right of the head pin. Left-hander, of course, he will have to hit to the left of the head pin to ensure strikes. Thompson with his wrist master on, hoping to keep a firm wrist as he lets the ball go, and that was a pretty good delivery, and left only the 4-pin standing. Now Lovell, 2 pins in the middle of the approach. A very good approach, Steve Lovell. But unfortunately, not good enough to convert that spare. The ball turned quite a lot at the end. A very intense bowler. Eric's a bit more happy-go-lucky. Thompson also wearing a band around his elbow. He suffered tennis elbow some time ago, late last year, and it put him out of action for about 6 weeks, and he's come back well to be seeded number 6 for this program. Lovell, the number 5 seed. Have a look at this approach. Nice and smooth. Went a little bit high. Not happy with himself yet, but he's left only the 2-pin standing. I'm sure we'll see plenty of strikes from these 2 bowlers in the ensuing frames. Thompson now in the 2nd frame. He knows he's got a tough opponent here. And there's a strike, and Eric's very, very happy with that one. That was the best ball we've seen him bowl in the 2 weeks so far. Lovell going for the 2-pin. Steve is bowling with a green ball. It's a plastic ball. And Thompson bowling with a plastic ball. Plastic seems to react better on the lacquered lanes. The lanes are oiled each day to keep the wood vibrant, and they're both on the softish side so that they will grip the surface, roll into the pins. And, Eric got up there a little bit too fast that time. His thumb came around the top of the ball as he released it, and consequently the ball had no finish. Didn't finish up near the pins. That's a better one. Steve made an adjustment. He certainly didn't go Brooklyn that time, but he's probably adjusted too far, and he's come up light on the 1 pin. Left himself a cluster of 4. Thompson now going for these 3 pins. Cover the spare well. Front pin first. Lovell has virtually the same spare on the other lane. And the same result. Okay, in the 2nd frame then, Thompson, the leader, 40 to Lovell's 25. Lovell's had an open frame and 2 spares. Thompson, a spare, strike and a spare. So we won't be seeing a 300 game this week, and of course if we do during this series, the bowler who does bowl 300 will get a $2,000 cash prize from AMF. Well, Eric clapped his hands on that one, and I think he was a little bit unlucky to leave that 10-pin. Lovell, all concentration. Ball didn't finish again. Well, Steve, thank your lucky stars on that one. The ball almost the right-hand turn. Steve trying to gee himself up for a big effort here. 17 pins the difference. No one can be afford to be 17 pins behind Eric Thompson for too long. He's going to have to come to life with a couple of strikes. Thompson, a good firm push away. Good release. He had plenty of fingers on the ball, and even though it wasn't all that attractive a strike, as we'll see in a moment, it got the result because the pins were moving around. Lovell, nice release, and that was a good ball. And he's a lot more pleased now. Well, still 17 pins the difference. Spares count 10 plus what they get on the next 1 shot, so Thompson got 20 for that frame. It followed by a strike, and Lovell also. 17 pins the difference in the 4th frame. Both have strikes working in the 5th. Thompson, and another strike. 2 strikes in a row. We could be heading towards our first 200 in the series. And a bad result from Steve Lovell that time. Got up to the foul line too quickly. Steve, a good judge of speed control. Too quick on his approach that time, and consequently missed the head pin. And covered it perfectly. Then let's have another look at that spare. Thompson, the winner in 1977 of the Australian Open with an Australian record average of 222. And he won the Melbourne 10-pin Bowling Association All Events with a record series averaging 223. So he is a big-time bowler. Looking for his 3rd strike in a row. And he's got it. Well, he's a bit lucky on that one. That's known in the bowling business as a Brooklyn strike. And Eric didn't aim for there, but he got away with it. This puts the pressure back on Lovell. Nice ball from Steve. Comment from one of the spectators then, at least someone's honest. I'm sure Eric will try to make an adjustment this time and put the ball right in the pocket. This is 3 strikes in a row from Thompson. He's up now for his 4th strike. Let's see if he can get it. No, he broke it up though all the same. That was a pretty good result from a ball such as that. Didn't look good on the way down, and he's left 2 corner pins. Now Lovell a chance to catch up. Needs a strike. Steve not happy. He's better than this, and he knows it. He won the Sydney and the New South Wales singles titles this year with 3-game scores of 682 and 706. So he won't be happy with his effort here against Thompson. Thompson well ahead at this stage. 157 in the 7th frame for Eric Thompson, a spare in the 8th. And Steve Lovell is only 130 in the 8th frame. So Steve Lovell is going to lose this match. Can't see Eric letting this one get away from him. The number 4 seed next week will be Terry Wenban, the current TAA South Pacific Classic champion. Thompson's opponent next week. He can't lose this match now. Certainly after that ball, that was a good result. Oh, Steve. Thanks very much, he says. Let's have another look at that. The ball went into the pocket light. It carried the 5-pin, but the 4-pin failed to take the 7-pin, and the 5-pin failed to hit the 10. So with a result, of course, the most disheartening split, the 7-10 split. Impossible, virtually. Steve had a go for it, but of course, only fooling at that stage of the game. 138 in the 9th for Steve Lovell. Eric Thompson, 177 in the 8th. The strike working, and can bowl a very big game here if he can get 3 more strikes in the 10th frame. 237 is the possible score. Eric remonstrating there. Another flat ball. Steve just couldn't find the range on lane 13 in the whole match. Really never had much of an opportunity to get into the game. Thompson going for the spare in the 10th frame. Oh, dearie me. Bad luck, Eric. Not to worry. That's our first 200 in the program. At 205 for Eric Thompson. And he goes on to meet Terry Wenban next week. Steve Lovell spares the 10th frame, and he has 1 ball to go. Steve Getting consoled there by Eric. Eric knows that Steve is certainly a lot better bowler than a 158 game, and Steve's pulled out the other ball that he brought down today. And not much of a better result, so he probably stayed with the right ball, just couldn't find the way in. So Steve Lovell loses the match, 157 to 205. We're into week 5 now of the T&O Cruisers Invitational, coming to you from Canberra Squash Bowl. And this week's match promises to be very, very high scoring. Terry Wenban, the current South Pacific champion from Sydney, meets last week's winner and the winner of 2 weeks in a row, Eric Thompson. Wenban. Nice one, Terry. Right in the pocket. Terry, very intense bowler. Very good record on television, incidentally. He's only lost once on television in many years of being a tournament bowler. Eric Thompson now. Big match this week for Eric. He's come from the 6th seeded position. He's meeting the 4th seed